I don't know if you thought, yeah, well, the game's in the bag now. We're 2-0 up at half time.
Mm.
That was like, what are you doing? Just because they get you promoted doesn't give them job security. You know what I mean? You've then got to carry on. Here
Owners,
now.
these owners seem to be like some. They think they're some kind of mafia bosses, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
They really do.
I think they came in as amazing players, didn't perform, gone somewhere else and performing amazingly again. It's baffling.
Yeah. Are you enjoying football?
No,
Just straight away off the bat, like, no.
nah.
Have you subscribed yet? Before this video starts, all you've got to do is take 2 seconds of your time. If you haven't already, subscribe. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching around the world. This is One Way Football's one-on-one fan talk. And today we're joined again with the one and only Tom, who is a massive Forest fan. And he's going to have his say today on the situation that evolves around Ange Postecoglou, which, well, I mean, look, mate, first of all, how have you been, mate? You okay?
Yeah, grand mate, how are you?
Yeah, are you enjoying football?
No,
Just straight away off the bat, like, no.
nah. It's been awful.
I mean, look, with some positives that I think that we can like talk about with Ange is that he knows the winning mentality of winning a cup in Europe. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you came away with a point the other day. Who did you play against?
Sunderland.
No, I mean, in the Europa League.
Real Betis.
Yeah, so you came away with a point there,
Yeah,
which isn't a loss. But at the end of the day, you still want to be getting them 3 points in Europe. I did say at the beginning of the season, when watching Tottenham win that cup, I was like, I expect any English team to get to that final now because of how easy it is. I mean, it's not a bad thing that you got to draw.
no, but because we had so much control in that first half, and then it just went to pot in the second half. A lot of it was down to Douglas Luiz being taken off, but that wasn't Andrew's fault to be fair, because I think he's done his hamstring, so but not massively done it. So I think it was more of a precaution to take him off. But yeah, it just went to pieces without him.
So I mean, like being around it though. I mean, you're around your whole family. Most of your family is Forest fans.
Yeah.
Are they like I don't know? I want to know what their side of the story is like with the manager Ange at the moment. I are you all behind him?
It's 50-50. So I'm I'm not on the Ange out and I'm not on Ange in at the minute. I'm if there's a fence, I'm there because
Yeah.
that's be honest. It is 5 games. Yes, they have been awful 5 games, but it is only 5 games in. If this continues till Christmas, then yeah, it'll 100% be gone. It'll be in my Ange out.
Yeah.
But what I am loving is the more possession that we're having. Obviously, when it was Nuno, we was 30-40% possession, but now we're in the 60-70% possession. But the problem is that there's no goals in that possession. That's the issue.
Mm. Looking back on it now, um, so Ange's first game was actually against us, weren't it?
Arsenal,
Arsenal.
yeah, we got caned.
Before that, he actually was having results at the start of the season before you
Yeah,
sacked your manager. So you won your first game against Brentford 3-1, which is a hard game in itself anyway, because Brentford have been flying lately.
yeah.
Um, then you
But
had
to be
Crystal
fair,
Palace, which you got a point there, and that's an
so
away game.
the Brentford game, I thought it was going to be easy, only because like Mbamo wasn't there and Whistle wasn't there. So I thought this is for the taking. And then lo and behold, and it was. And then Crystal Palace, I thought was going to be difficult, especially with the rivalry in the summer with Europa and the Conference League and that. But yeah, to come away with a point there, I was happy. But then
Yeah.
when it was West Ham, I thought I thought
Out of
that
all the
was
teams as well, like West Ham are going through a transition, like yourself, and they've been poor, haven't they? They've been
yeah.
poor.
The only points that they've got was from us, and
Yeah,
sorry, and Everton on Monday night.
that was a draw, wasn't it? So,
Mm,
um, but look, I mean, I even forget that you played us because it just completely flew. That game just flew by us.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and then you got a point, Burnley, which you probably wanted, expecting you wanting to get more out of that. And then a loss at Sunderland.
yeah. No, that was at the
Sorry,
City
a
Ground.
loss at home. Sorry,
Yeah,
and that's at home. So
yeah.
I mean, Sunderland have been on form anyway. But what is it though? Have we like all just looked at Ange and gone because he's won the Europa League, because he's won at Celtic, and no offense to Scottish fans, but their league is completely different to ours.
Yeah,
And I think this is all just sugar coated his managerial, skills. Whereas
yeah,
in a teams are now looking at him going, "Oh, yeah, he's a great manager. He's done this, he's done that." Yeah, but mm, you know, it's like that. It goes back to the Chelsea thing as well. I think with their situation, what have they actually done? They won the Conference League and they won the
yeah.
the Club World Cup that no one really cares about. It's kind of
Didn't
just a
watch it
pre-season
at
thing,
all.
isn't it? And
Yeah,
we've all kind of got jumped on the bandwagon that they're going to be title contenders. And look at them now. You know,
yeah. They're
6 games
struggling.
in and they're
Newcastle's
struggling.
struggling. Yeah,
Yeah. So your thoughts on Ange at the moment? Like, what
it's
what
50
needs
50.
to, what does he need to do to change his team around? Is it just that they're not behind him, or is it just because they're not listening to him, or do you think he has no control over it?
Well, I watched a couple of interviews today, and Gibbs White was singing his heart out for him. So, and who was the other ones I was watching? Ryan Yates and Nico Williams. They was saying how great he is, and they're just starting to bond with him a bit. But
Yeah.
there is some mad questions that pop up because of what he's doing. So the Swansea game, I know everyone was like going into it. You shouldn't think it's just a championship side. It was 2-0 up at half time. And then he brings the main guys off that caused an impact on that game. And he's like, what are you? I don't get me wrong. Yes, they're in a lower league than us, but it's still a championship. It's still a decent side. And there was on a quite a good run. And then you change the whole format just because I don't know if you thought, yeah, well, the game's in the bag now. We're 2-0 up at half time.
Mm.
That was like, what are you doing? That made me
Mm.
angry.
Yeah. For me, looking at Forest, since the transfer window to now, it's just not. It's been a kind of like a turnaround for the club in the wrong direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really has, considering where you finished up last season. Okay, we're only 6 games in. We sometimes hesitate to jump on the bandwagon when it comes to early stages of the season, but the season the Premier League moves too fast for any team.
Oh, yeah.
you know, and as soon as you know it, it's not just your 1 point on the board. You're going to be, 1 point behind, bottom of the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he needs to really kind of change things about. And his next couple of fixtures is not looking good. You've got
It was at
Newcastle,
Newcastle.
who just got. I would like to say I haven't had a chance to talk about Arsenal yet, but I would like to say, coming from an Arsenal perspective, they got robbed.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
you know, so I think Newcastle are going to be raring to get 3 points on the board next. Just
Absolutely.
because of that. Then straight after that, you've got Chelsea. They're in a bit of an iffy form, but still, it's a tough game to play straight after Newcastle.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember looking at the fixtures when they first got announced, and I was like, yeah, that first couple of weeks, we're going to cane that. And then, other than the Arsenal game, and then looking at what you just said there, then it's like, yeah, that's looking tough. And it
Yeah,
still is now. And now it's like, if we don't get anything out of those, it's going to be really bad looking for us.
yeah, yeah. I think he's very stubborn in his ways as well. So
Mm.
I doubt that he'll probably change much about the way he plays. I think when he was at Tottenham, he was very defensive. Well, only a defensive. The way he plays, he's very
Yeah,
defensive. Um, you kind of really want an attacking style of play in this era.
yeah.
Anyway, you know,
But we didn't have that with Nuno though, and look where we were.
yeah, yeah. This is what I mean. Yeah. Um, I just don't. I can't see his passion there. I
No.
can't see his passion there. The one thing that you can actually be like happy with though is the fact that he did say season three is better than season two.
Great, we're only in the first one.
I know, no, but technically he's in his third season in the Premier League, so
Yeah.
hopefully he's
Well, we'll
brought that
see.
back to you with like brought it with him. But
I think he's
um,
hungry. I think he's definitely hungry for it. So
yeah,
something's got to happen, and I think that first win will rocket the whole
yeah,
team as well, him included.
yeah. He just needs to step up a little bit more. But I would say that fans are just they're furious with the decision, though.
Oh
It's
yeah, but all the pundits keep saying, yeah, but when Cooper got sacked and then Nuno was in, no one was with Nuno, which wasn't massively true because there is a point where you go. Me and my mate were talking about it at the pub the other week, and we both said just because they get you promoted doesn't give them job security. You know what I mean? You've then got to carry on performing, and Cooper didn't do that. But then Nuno came in and absolutely did do that. And the only reason he's gone now is because he opened his mouth and Marinakis went, "See in a bit, mate, you're gone."
yeah, yeah. Is there any change to the players in their perspective? Like, do you see any change in the mentality of the way they play, or
Personally, I don't like. I love Gibbs White, but I'm watching him thinking I don't think he wants to be there.
Mm,
It doesn't look like the same person last season. I don't
yeah,
know if this is all to do with the old Tottenham transfer thing and everything that went off around that, but I just don't see him as. I've not seen it yet. The same performance.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, did you watch the Sunderland game? Was there should have been like a penalty, I think. And was there a penalty like not given or
There was a few that I didn't like. There was a header up for Nick and Nico Williams got knocked down, which I thought was a penalty, and there was another one in the box. I can't remember who it was now. But then the free kick that they got given, I don't think was a free kick whatsoever.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm watching a bit of the highlights now as we speak. In these kind of games as well, I think that refs are just kind of losing the plot now.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's no handle like in any of these situations. Like they're not. VAR like lets it just run wild, doesn't it?
yeah,
Um, and I've seen so many mistakes in decisions, even you know in Arsenal's favour, which shouldn't be. I just think it's inconsistent. With the refs these days.
it is
Um,
massively.
and just looking at these highlights now, yeah, it's shocking some of the things that the refs get up to. But
But at the same time, we had some absolute sitters, and we didn't take them.
yeah, yeah. At
I
home as
mean,
well. It's
the first half was okay-ish, but it went to pot the more it went on. And although I was looking at the stats and it was like in the last 10 minutes, Forest have had 85% possession. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't really notice that, but we're not doing anything with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I always say this as well that teams like Forest, you've got into Europe, and I say, oh, maybe they might be like struggling through, the mid part of the season or coming towards the end because of tired legs and stuff like this. But you shouldn't be struggling with a new manager
No,
straight away like this.
no. The whole point of all this is you saw at the end of last season where we was up there, we was up there, and then towards those last 5, 6, 7 games, there was knackered, and they really were knackered. So in the summer window, Nuno says we need to thicken and strengthen the squad. He got that, but then there was I don't know what the argument was. He was upset about something with him, and then said too much, and now he's gone. But the
These
squad's there
owners,
now.
these owners seem to be like they think they're some kind of mafia bosses, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
They really do.
Well,
Like,
to be fair, Marinakis, bit of a shut up, dog. To be fair, he is a bit of one.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you just there's a bit more profession about it, isn't there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to this kind of thing,
Well,
and
the
I
game
feel like
after, sorry, the game after, I think it was either Arsenal or Swansea, and no, it couldn't have been. No, it was before Arsenal. Sorry, because that's when we still had Nuno. Nuno says, "Right, it's the break now. It's the international break. We'll sit down and we're going to discuss everything that we're going to do." And then it went to the Europa um, League draw, and Marinakis got interviewed, and he says, "Yeah, me and Nuno were going to talk things out." And then the next week, he was gone, and apparently he didn't even go. Nuno said to him, "Oh, we're going for this meeting." He went, "Nah, mate, it's in a bit."
and all that fight as well, just to get like into Europe and that, and then just nothing. Like
It
I
seems
don't know,
very harsh just for opening your mouth.
seems very odd. I mean, just the whole situation just seems odd to me.
Mm. But that Edu that we had off you, that football, whatever he is, apparently him and Nuno's been arguing like mad.
Really?
And that was one of the factors.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that surprises me as well because Edu's such a good. I think he's a good. You
I
know.
think that he's the reason we've got Douglas Luiz in that.
Yeah, yeah. This is what I mean. So, he does a good job. I was actually quite sad to see him go, but at the same time, we've had a good replacement. But yeah, it's if there's things going on behind the scenes that we don't see, is there in there?
Yeah,
So yeah, anything could have been happening there. But I just think it's a bit diabolical that you've got rid of a manager that's taken you so far, or for
yeah,
that place as well. You know,
yeah,
we're forgetting as well that at one point you was battling for like third for Champions League at one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
And now it just feels like you've got taken a step back, or even five step backs by getting Ange in. Tottenham fans must be absolutely like pissing themselves.
Yeah, must no. Tell you what, don't give us Gibbs White. You can have him.
Well, yeah, this is it. Yeah, because they must be pissing themselves laughing. But the simple fact that they know where they finished off in the league last season when it came to the Europa League. You
Like
know,
where we are now, 17th.
well, exactly. Yeah. So it's yeah. What's that saying? You're paying Piper to pay Paul, or something, Peter to pay Paul, or something like that. Or yeah,
Yeah,
you know, and I mean, it'd be all right if you was to win the Europa League. That'd be great.
can you
But I
imagine?
just don't think that Forest have the mentality of staying up
At the minute, no.
and carrying on. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like the
Um,
likes of like Tottenham just about staying up in 17th.
that was insane. I know you're an Arsenal fan, but that's insane, isn't it, for Tottenham to be there?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, yeah. They like coming from an Arsenal fan, it burns my soul to say this, but Spurs are a bigger club than that.
Mm.
They shouldn't be finishing 17th,
No,
you
no
know.
chance. Same as Man United. Well, I know we're talking about two different managers now, but Man United were down there. But yeah, Tottenham being down there is insane.
I'm still
Absolutely
waiting for
insane.
a Man United fan to come on here and have a chat with me. I've got so many lined up. They're all coming up with the excuses. Oh, I've got this, I've got that, I've got to do that today. All right, then, mate. It's not just the simple fact that your team's rubbish. But you know what? With United though, and you probably relate to this. That I said this to my missus. I feel like United are turning into a team like the likes of Forest and Leeds that were back in the 80s and that were on the 70s were big clubs at that in that time. And then after a while, you kind of faded off into the distance a little bit.
Yeah,
Now, I feel like in my eyes that might be the next United
yeah,
that we've seen the glory days, have seen the glory days, and it's kind of slowly drifting off like a Leeds and Forest did back in the day.
yeah. And it is absolutely insane that you see these real and well, the massively overpay for these players anyway. But the likes of Garnacho, Anana, Hoyland,
Yeah.
even what's his name,
Well, they've done the right thing in
McTominay.
uploading them, but they're still losing games, which is actually hysterical.
No, but that's the mad thing. They came in as amazing players, didn't perform, gone somewhere else and performing amazingly again. It's baffling.
Yeah, but can you see where that transition where you can see that I could
Yeah,
just see eventually maybe United, unless they don't turn things around soon, that ownership is just going to continue to crumble. They might just be thinking, you know what, maybe it's the time for a change and just let us drop. You know, let us have a bit of a reality check. Maybe that's what the owners want.
yeah. Be mad though, wouldn't it? Absolutely insane.
Seeing Man
But
United back down there, but there was a time where they was down there. That's when you
yeah,
guys were up there. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's
I
they've
don't want to
had
see
their glory
Forest down
days.
there. I don't
You
want
know,
to
they've
see
had
Forest
no,
down
but
there
they've had
again.
the glory days and that. You know, it's unless like I say, if unless they don't turn around, then like I hate saying it like before, but it's going to be another Forest situation. This is what I'm leading up to again, is that you were in that Champions League spot last season, you
Keep
know.
reminding me.
So just yeah, no, but it's true though, isn't it? So to get rid of a manager that's taking you that far, I think was it the season before as well? You got up, you fighting for a position as well.
No, so the season before, we got rid of Cooper and then brought Nuno in it in December time, and we was fighting relegation, and
Oh right,
he
yeah, it was, yeah, sorry, yeah.
and he kept us up, which
That's
then
another thing as well. So he's kept you up with that as well.
yeah, because Cooper was obviously keeping us in that bottom three, and then Nuno came in and pushed us up out of it. But then you look at some of the stats from last year, like something that Forest haven't done for donkey's year. So I think they've done Tottenham twice. They've done Man United on the double. They won 7 games on the bounce. They beat Brighton 7-0. It's unheard of. Like
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah,
third season in to be doing stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so look. Listen, before we wrap things up, mate. What would you say then if you had an opportunity now just to speak one on one? Say, like, let's pretend I'm Ange. All right, mate. Rocky, how's it going? Yeah, we'll put another shrimp on the barbie while we have a chat. What would be your words to Ange now? If you could like sum up the last 3 games or 4 games, one in Europe, three in the league. What would you say to him to turn it around? Is it the formation? Is it the players? Is it him himself?
Stop using Sangari and Yates. Carry on. Well, not so much Yates, but stop using Sangari. Use Douglas Louise, McAtee a bit more. And as much as it kills me to say it because he done so well last year, drop Woods a bit more and stop using that Jesus because I think he's going to be the new top boy for Forest, but he's not
Yeah.
giving him his chance. And and you've seen it as well for the past 2 games that he's done.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll tell you what, mate. He does need to change it around, I think, at some point because he's, like you say, he's going to be out of a job before he's even started. I think before he's even got 3 points.
From an outsider looking in, then what do you think's wrong?
I think it's him.
You
Like I
think it's
said
him?
before, I think he's well over his head with the Premier League.
Mm.
Um, you know, like with Tottenham, it was a bit of a blessing in disguise for him. Massive job, I think, for himself, but you could see it in the league, couldn't you? You
Yeah,
know, that it was too big of a job for him. I think Forest will be too big of a job for him. I think he isn't suited for the Premier League,
no.
you know. Um,
Championship and
Championship,
Scottish
the
Premier League.
Scottish Premier League. I'm sorry, guys, if you are some Scottish viewers on here, but yeah, it's a totally different kettle, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
Um, but I think he's well over his head. I think a lot of teams are catching him out. They know how he plays. And he's going to be another Amrin as well. I think he's going to be very stubborn, and he won't change much around. You know.
He does have that
Um,
stubborn attitude, doesn't
yeah, yeah. It's just who we are, mate.
he?
You know, he hasn't actually said that yet, but I'm sure it will come into play at some point with his.
On a plus note, I am at the City Ground tomorrow to watch the first European match
Oh, good,
uh,
nice one.
for 30 years at the City Ground. So
And who do
I,
you have?
I don't know how to pronounce the name. It's like Midgetland or something like that.
Oh, right, yeah, Midtjylland. Yeah, Midtjylland. 1 minute. I'm sure it's a Danish side. Let me just have a look. Yeah, yeah. It is a Scandinavian side. It's either Norway or Denmark, but I could be completely wrong.
But yeah,
But I know it's
they
a I know it's a Scandinavian side.
so
Look,
we are
listen,
there to watch
3 points
that, and
there. Are we going to say 3 points?
it could be Ange's first win.
Could be Ange's first win. Here we go. You heard it here first. Could be his first win. What are we going for? What score should we go for?
I don't even know how this other team is. I don't know where they are in their league, but
I can
I'm
tell you
hoping
now. I can tell you now where they are in their league. They are second in the league. But
in
look,
their own.
and it is the Danish league. The Danish, they're actually a point above Copenhagen. I mean, it's a farmers league. Come on, we're comparing they're not Real Madrid.
I'm going for a 2-0 win for Forest and Matt Sell's first clean sheet of the season.
Okay, mate. Yeah. Do you know what? I think you'll win it comfortably. I'm going to say like I think you'll do them over, and I think you're going to go comfortable like 3-0 or something like that.
Yeah,
If you don't, obviously, if you don't pick up any cards or anything like that.
goal scorers will be either Woods, Jesus, or Gibbs White.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the predicted lineup, what they're saying on my app, they're saying that Jesus would probably start. So yeah, Gibbs White, Jesus, yeah, Hudson maybe. He's the right player, Hudson. I don't know why people don't
Hudson,
rate him.
I like Hudson Odoi.
Yeah,
I'm hoping Murillo is going to be playing because he's been out now for the past 3 games, got a bit of a knock.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like our wall defence, or he was last season anyway.
yeah. Of course, yeah, yeah. And let's quickly have a little prediction for the Newcastle game as well, while we're at it, because we're obviously not going to have a little chat for a little while. So,
Forest away.
I believe you are
We've got to be
Sunday.
away, surely.
You are away, yeah. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. That
Very tough.
would you be happy with a point?
No.
I think you got. I think no, but I think you would be happy with a point at Newcastle. Such a hard ground.
Yeah, I suppose. I'm going for a
I
2-1
know it's not
Forest.
what you want, but you know,
2-1 Forest win.
2-1 Forest win. Yeah, yeah, that sounds
Back
a
to
bit
back
more.
wins for back to back wins for Ange.
Yeah. He's kept his job. That's who we are, mate. That's just who we are, mate.
Pressure on the Barbie, we can't stand Derby.
That's it, mate. That's the one. Yeah, crack open the Fosters. All right, then, mate. So I'm just going to leave it there, pal. We've had our little
Sam,
predictions and our thoughts. Tom, thank you very much for coming on, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you on. Need to get you on Match Week Madness with the lads.
let me know.
Which is
I'll
good.
definitely be a part of that.
Yeah. I will. I will. In the next like couple of week or so, I'll probably get you on as our special guest.
Lovely.
But because you haven't had a little chin wag with the Tottenham fan yet,
Oh
so
God, yeah. I've watched a couple of your two's videos, and I was like,
yeah.
you're a fucking caveman.
All right then. Well, Tom, thank you very much for coming on. Guys, if you did like this video, smash us a like, smash also the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell to get notified on all new content that comes out on One Way Football. We shall see you for another video and take care. Thank you very much, Tom. Take care, mate.
Andrew, see you in a bit.